Hi there, welcome to this short video. I just wanted to make this because I finally came to a conclusion of a better word to summarize the state of people, such as in the past when we've looked at other communities and particular cases out there. Don't need to use too many keywords, right? Because it might attract unwanted attention. But I just wanted to give yet another reality check because I always like to add on from my last few points. And whilst I've used descriptive words such as cancer, toxicity, disease-ridden humans and communities, whilst they're all very valid because I do tend to use valid keywords, there's many humans out there in this world that like to cherry pick and throw out all these trendy words and titles, and it just loses its true meaning behind them because they use them incorrectly. I know humans with time have tried flipping them back and using those titles onto me just so they appear a little bit more intellectual than what they really are, but to be honest, it does fall flat very quick because how they've used it in the context is invalid, incorrect, and it's just a bit pathetic and embarrassing, right? So I'm under, I'm under the understanding that people like to try and turn the tables onto me. It just doesn't work because my table is glued down because it uses Gorilla Glue and nails, again. But when it comes to the odd community out there, or such as in the past, because with the way a particular case has gone since, progress being made, almost a resolve in a way. True justice, not quite yet, but it's on the way, more now than it was back then. But the communities, the characters out there, some still linger about. It's typical desperation, obsessions with me. It is what it is, but it doesn't work how they want it to. Right? They're still clinging on for hope, but there's no hope, right? The rest, majority that have dispersed, once cared about the case, cared about a family, but really they showed a different side elsewhere. So you have two-faced fakes, hypocrites, more keywords what I've used. But ultimately, wouldn't you want like two key definitive titles or types of people just to summarize it and bring it all together? So if you ever reflect on it, or you apply it for the future with whatever trouble or mess you might get yourself involved in, or other situations you may see with people. The key word what I've come down to, and this is specifically to do with the drama conflict concept, okay? You've got a master, you've got a slave. The slave can be delusional people, or there's manipulated, some vulnerable. But what about the situations of where someone's highlighting the BS or highlighting a problem, but the majority just don't see it? They're blinded. Well, because they're delusional, they're brainwashed. Of course they're not going to see it. All they will see is all the positives in someone and not the negatives. So it is fighting a losing battle. So the key descriptive new word and term to be used and applied to those type of people out there are Dipsy individuals. And, it just fits so perfectly because the humans I've looked at and analysed and seen in their behaviour, their attitudes, not always directly to me, just towards other people out there, but I can see it visually or maybe auditory, more so it's through comments and text, right? And when I see it, there's such high levels of delusionalism, okay? High levels of a dipsy, lackadaisical individual. And I think that just perfectly summarises most of the situations out there. And it highlights quite a big portion of humans out there as well. Dipsy idiots, okay? Dipsy people that have a smile on their face, bubbles floating around the outside of their head and in their brain. They see all the positives, they see all the rainbows, but they don't see reality, right? Of course, you can be around somebody you may like, and an outsider critiques that person you like, you will defend them. But sometimes when there is actual proof or material against, the one you look up to or something, and it's just not acknowledged, it's like, come on, it's right there. It's visually there. It doesn't lead on to now you have to make a decision, defend, support, or walk away. No, it doesn't have to come to that, but just simply being able to say you acknowledge or that you see a problem, you see the proof and evidence, that's all. Right? One does not ask for much. Now, it's not my situation or scenario like that, but I've seen it elsewhere. I mean, when proof has been provided to highlight a certain problem with a human or a certain problem with a theme or topic, and it's like, look, as you can see, right? Their behavior, their patterns, isn't it not clear? So for the humans that are in a situation where they're presented some kind of material information and they still can't see it, and they're like, well, I've never seen that, I've never heard that, I can't see it, I don't remember hearing anything bad. Dipsy individuals. Remember that key word, okay? Dipsy individuals. It's a key one. And to be honest, I believe there was one in recent time, an example of a dipsy individual where I was just responding back to a situation, more so back then with the particular case. And they left a comment on my channel saying, well, when I was in that live stream, I never heard anything mentioned or anything negative. Well, of course you're not, because you're not around to see me. You're all about them. You're a dipsy, brain-dead, brainwashed, delusional, one-sided, one-dimensional, ignorant, delusional prat. And a dipsy individual. It's as simple as that, okay? This video is not aimed at anyone right here, right now, because there is no problem right here, right now, okay? If someone thought it applied to them right now, well, then they make a problem. This video is just looking back and highlighting keywords to summarize the past. Yes, the past is in the past, but I always like to add on. If there are key details that need to be added, that's what I'm doing. And that keyword just perfectly summarizes it. It's a perfect word, a perfect analysis in short form content and footage, right? So yeah, the individual, oh, I didn't see anything. Well, of course you're not going to see anything because you're a biased individual. You'll only look for the positives, you won't look for the negatives. And that's why you fail, I don't. That's why I can cover cases much longer than other humans can, just simply because I look at many different areas and pathways, right? Now, with that aside, I think I'll probably do a video for later or so, possibly, see how things go there. And yeah, if so, I'll see you later. Goodbye for now.